Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I am excited to have another great episode talking with all of you. There is so much going on in terms of me trying to get everything set up right now. We have this show going on 3 different platforms right now. I just got done with the gaming stream. We're running a little bit late. The chat is already lit. It's red as hell in the chat. That might be GOP red. Maybe. I don't know. But holy crap. You guys are crushing it. Jared the American says France is on fire. Uploaded a video on it. Thank you, Jared the American. Been working hard on his YouTube channel. Shout out to you. Bebop for $100 says, I see you, Hayden. Bebop is very, very, very motivated to defeat Hayden. Bebop decided to challenge the king, Hayden. You swing at the king, you better hit. And he didn't. And Hayden came in and annihilated him. It was pretty fun to watch. But Bebop is determined, and I appreciate that. We also got Warren Smith with 100. Says, it's red. The chat is crazy. Look at the chat right now. Look at this chat. Look how hyped this chat is. This is insane. I love the enthusiasm here. You guys are awesome. Man, I love it. I love it. Adash says, hail Snake Pit, hail CobraCast, Trump Ramaswamy 2024. Hey, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad pick. It wouldn't be a bad pick. Celluloid Dream says 199, yay. Bedlam 222 says hail Commander, hail 199. Paul Estrada says, so how was Titanfall 2? Not great. Not great. Not great at all. But big shout out to all of you guys. So right now, this stream is currently being ran on Rumble, D-Day Cobra Rumble, and also on Kick. Kick is a platform I've become a big fan of. And so we're everywhere. We're on all of them, wherever you guys want to watch, wherever you want to support. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Bebop. Bebop with 10 gifted memberships. Bebop crushing it. You love to see it. And just for that, Bebop, I mean, come on.
Her cat was named Vagina.
Oh, it's such a good clip. It never gets old. It never gets old. But just remember what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen.
Because we cannot cannot win this re-election. Excuse me, we can only re-elect Donald Trump.
Good Lord, man. Good Lord. It's so sad. It's so sad how pathetic that old man is. But not surprising at all. Not surprising at all. And he has fallen off really, really badly in just the past couple of years. It's really bad. Bebop with 10. That's right. Look at that. Bebop continues to be a total legend. You damn right. You damn right. Just died in Monster Hunter because you started streaming. What's up, Arthur Brown? Appreciate you being here. Lazy Biden. He already admitted his corruption too. He definitely did. I see a bunch of 199s in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here again. There's a couple of videos we're going to watch. I have not watched the latest Tucker Carlson on Twitter. But I have heard pretty much that he's kind of said what I said months ago, and then Alex Jones said. Now, what I'm hearing is Tucker is saying the same thing, that Gavin Newsom is going to be the Democratic nominee for president of the United States. If I'm not, I'm assuming that's what he said. I mean, I'd heard people say that that's basically what he was saying. And that doesn't, I mean, again, I've said that months ago. I don't see how there's any possible way that Joe Biden could actually do this mentally. He is so far gone. He is so far gone. Let's watch it here. Well, let's just do that. Let's jump right into that. Let me give you guys a few more minutes to tune in. I see my peeps over on Rumble. Bill Dozer, DJ Hayden, Sparta Chris is over there. Cody Ray is over there. Corn Boy is over there. As far as Kick, we got Sauron Cosplay, Ben Giles in the house, Vane Game, Sonny Kim, American Ninja, Warren Smith over there as well. Can Man in the house. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Arthur Brown. Arthur Brown. Oh my goodness. Arthur Brown has just laid down. He has laid down the standard. Holy crap. Swig of water for the working man. Oh, I spelled D's wrong. Hang on. Where are you at, Arthur? Let me hang on. Arthur says I spelled D's wrong. Oh, goodness. I still haven't heard what you thought of Transformers Rise of the Beast. You know, honestly, I still didn't get a chance to see it. I went back home, or I went back to Pensacola that weekend. I was supposed to go see it, and we had some family stuff pop up, and we weren't able to go see it. So I am back in Pensacola this weekend. So I do want to go see Rise of the Beast. So I will certainly give you my thoughts. Oh my goodness, Warren Smith. Warren Smith dropping the $199 super chat. And there's a super chat fight going on, Vixen. You are 100% right. There is a super chat fight going on as we speak. I see you, Nikki. Where are you at, Nikki? You're still in 5% of that closet. Much love. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for the super sticker. Kyle says, here you go, Arthur Brown with the king emoji. Fantastic versus Knox. Let the big boys fight. Either big super chat. Hail the 199. Each other. Got you. Let the big boys fight each other. Hail 199. Lying dog face. Pony Soldier with the gifted membership. Thank you. K Road says, where's it at? K Road. Do we all owe Jeb an apology? We all thought he was low energy, but compared to neocon Ron and Mike Pence, he may as well be coked out Scarface. I'll be honest with you. I have to think about this because I've had to step back. And my opinion of Ron DeSantis is so bad right now. And it was so good 6, 8, 9 months ago. I look at Ron DeSantis as another Jeb Bush. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I am blown away by how bad I view him now. Maybe Jeb wasn't as bad as we thought. I mean, he still was bad. But Ron DeSantis is cringe. Beyond cringe. You guys are insane tonight. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what's happening. Bebop starts it, which again, Bebop deserves a lot of credit for starting it. He doesn't always win the fight, but he starts the fight. Got to give Bebop credit. Bebop comes in, is like, boom, I'm throwing jabs, baby. And Bebop takes that early lead. Then he starts the party. So Bebop deserves the credit. Swig of water for the working man. Okay, so there's a couple things here. There was the appearance on The View from the Anheuser-Busch CEO, which was really bad. It was really bad. And we also got this. And again, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a hell of a clip right here, okay? I have been really reluctant on the whole RFK Jr. thing. I've been really reluctant on this because I'm like, where did he come from? He obviously, like, when people are asking me, like, oh, what do you think about RFK? I simply say Trump 2024. I just do. Trump 2024. That's my answer. I don't really care about RFK Jr. I see everybody falling over themselves about RFK. That's great. Trump 2024. That's my answer. But this clip right here. Now, the other day, Trump had nice things to say about RFK. And I think that that's important to show that it's not always about fighting. It's showing that we do need adults back in charge. And Trump clearly was an amazing president, the best president of my lifetime. And this clip right here with RFK is pretty damn good, in my opinion. Pretty damn good. So right here, RFK Jr. says, I'm proud that President Trump likes me. I want to bring people together. That's a hell of an answer right there. That's a hell of an answer. So now, while I'm not a big fan of RFK's politics, a lot of his politics, I think that what we have to show is the Democrats and the left are so deranged. Stuff like this, we need more of it.
You say that you're a Democrat, but you're getting a lot of support from a lot of leading voices on the right, like Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, former President Donald Trump. Many Democrats fear that you're a spoiler in the race, that you will damage President Biden in the primary and grease the skids for former President Trump to return to the Oval Office. This week, former President Trump said about you, Kennedy is smart and he's a common sense guy. What kind of man do you think Donald Trump is?
Well, you know, here's what I'm not going to do in this race. I'm not going to attack other people personally. I don't think it's good for our country. And I think, you know, what I'm trying to do in this race is bring people together, is to try to bridge the divide between Americans. And guess what? You know, when my dad died and we took this train ride from, you know, this 7.5-hour train ride that was supposed to be 2 hours. I was with him when he died in Los Angeles. And then we brought his body from New York, Penn Station to Union Station and Washington, D.C. And it was a 2.5-hour ride, but it took 7.5 hours because there were 2.5 million people on that train track. And it was the cross-section of America and all of the major urban stations in Trenton, Newark, Wilmington, and Baltimore. There were Black Americans singing Battle Hymn of the Republic. There were whites in the rural areas who are holding up signs, "Goodbye, Bobby, pray for us, Bobby," American flag, standing, saluting. 4 years later, and they had supported my father in the primaries in 1968. 4 years later, in 1972, they were not supporting my father, and they were not supporting George McGovern, who was aligned with my father on all these issues. Instead, the vast majority of them were supporting George Wallace. And, you know, my father was able to harness these populist energies. In the last day of his life, he won the most rural state in this country, South Dakota, and the most urban. He was able to bridge the divide among people who would otherwise be Republican, but wanted somebody who was common sense, who was able to appeal to their idealism, who was able to find the hero in each of them, who was able to get them to transcend narrow self-interest and see themselves as part of a community and part of this, you know, incredible American adventure in modeling self-governance for the rest of the world. And so I'm proud that President Trump likes me, even though I don't agree with him on most of his issues. Because I don't want to alienate people. I want to bring people together. I'm proud that all these people like me and that I have independent supporters and Democratic supporters, and that I'm able to bring a lot of people. You know, every Democrat says, I want to end the polarization. But how do you do that without talking to people who don't agree with you? How do you do that without appealing to people? My purpose is to find the issues, the values that we have in common, rather than, you know, focus on the issues and the personalities that keep us all apart.
So I think that's look, the elephant in the room is the dude's voice it's hard to listen to him. I understand that. I think everybody understands that. It's very hard to listen to RFK. It's not his fault. It's obviously a tough situation for him to have. And I honestly, like, it's just being real. It's just being real. If he had a more clear, concise voice, he'd have a lot better chance. With that said, he's making a dent. And he's making things tough for Biden. How many people on the Democratic side would say the words, "I am proud that President Trump likes me"? It's obviously nothing wonderful it's just a normal thing that you would say about another person, especially respecting the former president of the United States and the future president of the United States. But how many Democrats would actually say that? None of them would say that. None of them would say that. Not one of them would say the fucking words, "I am proud that President Trump likes me." None of them would. They wouldn't be allowed to. So while I like RFK stuff, I've seen so many people that are out of their fucking minds that are trying to support him. And it's people that should be supporting Trump. But they're TDS. And these are like right-leaning people. And they're all like, "Oh, RFK is my guy." And it's like, do you know anything about, like, this dude ain't the guy. Like, when you look at like a lot of, especially like 2A stuff and all that crap, like, this ain't the guy. He's definitely better than Biden, but that is not the standard here. There is a guy that we should be supporting, and his name is Donald fucking Trump. We've already seen what he did. You know what I mean? And that's what bothers me about it, is I see so many people out there just bringing this up, and it's like, yeah, okay, he's your new toy, but Trump's the guy. It's Trump 2024. That's it. But with that said, I appreciate what he said, and I respect what he said. And that goes a long way. So that's good. That's good stuff. We're going to react to the Tucker stuff for sure. You guys have been on fire tonight. Warren over on Kick just dropped 20 gifted memberships on Kick. 20. Ben Giles dropped a membership. Looks like a pretty cool guy gifted one. I don't know if that was last night or not. I don't know if the feed is updated, but either way, thank you guys for supporting over on Kick, as well as Rumble, as well as YouTube. Thank you so much. I saw Hayden Wayne in the chat. Where is Hayden Wayne at? Hayden Wayne! The snake pit always rocks. Have you seen let's see, where's it at? I'm looking now. Have you seen that malaria has popped up in Texas and Florida, which happened to be the same places Gates released GMO mosquitoes a few years back that were supposed to fight malaria? Weird. I haven't seen those stories yet, but that don't surprise me. I mean, look, it's happening. Like, they're going to come up with another distraction. We all know that. I mean, the fact that there are still people, and thank you, Hayden. I hope you're doing well. And by the way, Hayden, you sent a super chat the other night on Geeks and Gamers, and that was when we were having the connection issues, but I did get that one. Thank you so much, and appreciate you, man. Yeah, so, I mean, it's ridiculous that we've already been through the COVID thing, and we all know that there's another one coming. And the problem is a lot of people are going to fall for the next thing, and they're not even going to pay attention. They're still just going to run around screaming Orange Man bad and all this nonsense. That's just where we are. But I'll look into that. I have not heard that story yet, so I'll have to look into that. Very says, you ever heard of Will Likes Movies? It's one of the funniest Gary Simps out there. He claims he has evidence that Gary is part of a cult just based off of very old photos. I tried talking with the guy just for the meme. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. So is it like a guy who doesn't like Gary? Is that what you're saying? I'll have to look into that one. Actually, there is like a 45-minute video out there. I think that might be the one you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken. Some of these people that hate us are very deranged, very deranged. Bob R says, please play Obama Calls Michelle Michael at Music for All People. It is on YouTube. All right, guys, backstage, Hailstorm, Chad, look at that for me, and let me know if you can find that. I punch up, but I don't get knocked. I don't get KO'd. Hail chat. Look at Bebop. Steven M says Bebop has made Jeremy more money than MCU fan. It's close. It's close. Bebop's been crushing it. The difference in Bebop and MCU fan is that Bebop actually donates. MCU fan motivates other people to donate. Bebop donates and he motivates. So Bebop for the win on that one. Never vote for someone that sounds like a turkey. All right, that's really good. That's really good. Press 1 for DeSantis beard of shame. There you go. I bet you're going to get a lot of ones on that one. Stupid Big Pharma got me to take the Fauci ouchie, but not again, even if it cost me my job this time. Love the 199. Hell yes. Thank you, Josh. It's going to, listen, man, this is going to be, I don't know what to expect in 2024. I really don't. What I do know is you better find out who you're listening to. You better find out who is giving you the proper information out there, because it's going to get ugly. 2024 is going to get ugly. If you think they're just going to sit around and just let Trump dominate, you got another thing coming. And I do want to hear this Tucker Carlson deal. So we're going to listen to this here in just a minute. I'm going to run through some of these super chats, and we're going to listen to this Tucker on Twitter to hear what all he has to say. And then we will have a conversation around that. I got that one earlier. Back goat. I'm still Team Hayden, but Bebop is bringing the pain. Bless this chat, Reverend. This chat has been very, very inspired. I want to say a special amen for Bebop. Bebop has motivated all of the wonderful super chats tonight. So big amen to Bebop and a amen to the chat early on, getting things fired up for Jeremy Osteen, getting ready to buy a new private jet because of Bebop. Arthur Brown has blessed this chat with a $499. No, I'm sorry. $95 super chat. Thank you, Arthur Brown. Warren Smith as well. So, God, the Jeremy Osteen thing is so cringe. Let's see. I think we're caught up, actually. Oh, no. EHEF says Trump should put RFK on some sort of drain this swamp committee. They have similar goals there and could really free each other up to do things. Not totally against it. Sup, Jeremy? It's been a while, my friend. Did you see the Ice Cube talking the mainstream media and not being part of the club video is viral? I did watch a little bit of that. Maybe we can watch that tonight too. I don't have anything against Ice Cube. I kind of wonder where he stands when it comes down to it. Because, like, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Trump try to talk to Ice Cube about everything? And yet, why didn't Ice Cube go to bat for him in 2020? You know, if that was the case, like, what other president actually was spending time? Like, Trump actually, like, you know, got, like, was it Kodak Black? Was that his name? You know, he freed him, pardoned him. You know, I remember when 50 Cent talked about wanting to vote for Trump and then the internet came for him and he backed down really quick. So can you stand up when the mob comes after you when you talk about supporting Trump? That's really all that matters to me in those situations. What's up, MMA Crease King? No, good to see you, buddy. Trump 2024, no question, but RFK is my boy too. I mean, I like him for sure. MCU fans started a rival gang, the 999 Worm Pit. Oh, man. All right. Bebop gifted 5 more gifted memberships. Bebop on fire tonight. On fire. Dutchy says, Jeremy, you SOB. You're lucky Google charged for this membership again. But I have 225 characters, so I'm going to use it. You're using our money, but not using our new studio. Blasphemy. Hail the 199. Unban Floki. Easy grift. Unban. Floki? The Mad? Did he get banned? Unban Floki? Easy grift? I don't know what you mean by that. Floki the Mad didn't get banned, I don't think, unless it was an accident. I'll have to look and see. I'll have to look at the back end. So, Hail the Lord says our country is in big trouble after what Ron pulled. It's very hard to believe anyone for me at this point. Trump needs an actual team in his corner. Yeah, 100%. Floki the Mad was spamming the N-word. What? Really? Well, I mean, if that's okay, you can't do stuff that's going to get us in trouble. So, obviously that would get the screenshots of that people would screenshot that, because essentially what happens, haters of ours will come in the chat and start doing stuff just so they can screenshot it, just so they can tag team YouTube. It's happened to me 100 times. They're like, look what the type of chat this guy has. Look at the hatred he's pushing. You know what I mean? So, so you just can't, you know, that will compromise the channel, and can't do that. So I don't know. Eric K, did that happen? Eric, are you here? I don't know if you're here. So it doesn't sound like he's here. How long should we just stay silent? No.
Hey, sorry.
Hey.
Did
that happen?
And I had to unmute. That's weird. Why isn't my icon showing up? But oh well. Yeah, I didn't see the N-word. Vic Whiplash, 20 memberships.
Woo! It happened twice as Cam Man.
But
okay.
He was spamming, and Cam Man said it happened twice, and he was being a real dick. So
okay.
Yeah, he had to go.
Floki,
he was drinking something. I don't know.
Floki, sober up, buddy. We'll unban you. We'll bring you back tomorrow. Just sober up. We'll let you come back in here. All right, Eric. Thank you. Oh, Floki. Poor Floki. He just probably had a few too many. Vic Whiplash for 20 gifted memberships. 20. Shout out to Vic Whiplash. All right, we're going to listen to Tucker on Twitter. I haven't heard this entire episode, so we're going to listen to it together, and then we're going to have thoughts. We're going to have discussions about it. So here we go.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You may have found yourself wondering recently, as the world slides closer to nuclear annihilation than any time in human history, why exactly are we at war with Russia? It seems like there's a pretty significant downside to this particular foreign policy decision, starting with economic collapse and ending potentially with extinction. So is there a good reason we're doing it? So many innocent young people have been killed. So many hundreds of billions of dollars have been wasted, some of them from the U.S. Treasury. So what's the point? Are we really doing this so the Biden family can repay its debts to the oligarchs who finance their beach house in Rehoboth? Are we doing it so our government can continue to lie about its illicit biolabs in Eastern Europe? So that flabby losers like Toria Nuland and Tony Blinken can feel like they're doing something important with their sad, empty lives? Really? Honestly, there's got to be a better reason for waging this, the most pointless war of all. What is it? Well, thankfully, we have an answer. The war against Russia, ladies and gentlemen, the war against Putin and for Ukraine is in fact a war for democracy. Watch and recall the motive.
The president has said many times we're focused on what we can do to support Ukraine's effort to fight for their democracy.
Democracy must prevail. The Ukrainian people are fighting the fight for their democracy and in doing so for ours as well.
Assisting and helping Ukraine win this fight for democracy and freedom.
And of course, Ukrainian President Zelensky understands that what's at stake in Ukraine is bigger than just his nation. It is literally a battle for freedom and democracy themselves.
They are showing the world what an existential fight for democracy looks like.
President Zelensky and the Ukrainians have changed the course of history for the better. And we unequivocally are with the Ukrainian people in their fight to remain a sovereign democracy.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, this is so... How does anybody believe the lies that are coming out of their mouth?
Unequivocally with the Ukrainian people to remain a democracy. It's a bipartisan view. Democracy must prevail. You just heard noted democracy expert Nancy Pelosi say, the daughter of the mobbed-up mayor of Baltimore. As Pelosi puts it, the Ukrainian people are fighting the fight for their democracy and for
There's no democracy over there.
Ours as well. Without Ukrainian democracy, in other words, we can have no democracy here. If the Ukrainians aren't free, neither are we. We must make sure they can vote in Kiev so we can continue to vote in Kansas City. It's really that simple. And yet tonight, we regret to tell you that we have a problem. It looks like they're not going to be able to vote in Kiev anymore. And no, for once, it's not Putin's fault. Democracy in Ukraine seems to be suspended by the world's foremost democracy advocate himself, Field Marshal Zelensky. Watch this.
Чи будуть в Україні наступного року вибори?
Це ж питання глобальне. І якщо ми переможемо, то будуть. Значить, не буде військового часу, не буде війни. А вибори повинні проходити у мирний час, коли немає війни, згідно законодавства.
So when you have an election, well, he says if we win, we'll let people vote. Otherwise, no. You vote when we feel like it. Because ultimately, we're completely in charge and make all the rules. Your job is to obey or be punished. That's our version of self-government. Self means me. I'm the government.
Wow.
Now, that's not just any autocrat. That's our chief ally in the war for democracy. This is the guy who just announced he's likely to cancel next year's elections. So you've got to wonder what the Biden administration thinks of this. We can't possibly continue to support Zelensky, that guy, after he said that, can we? Because in a clip less than 30 seconds long, he just blew up our entire rationale for supporting his side in the war. So we can't support him. Oh, of course we can. And we will. Here's Joe Biden from yesterday reaffirming America's unequivocal support for Ukraine.
No matter what happened in Russia, we, the United States, will continue to support Ukraine's defense and its sovereignty and its territorial integrity.
So to recap, we are currently fighting a war for democracy on behalf of a leader who just casually announced he's happy to end democracy, and our democracy-supporting leaders have no problem with that. In fact, they're strongly for it. Shocked? You shouldn't be. Of course they're for it. You should have seen this coming. Wars for democracy always cancel democracy in the process. That's why our leaders love them. And they all do it, even the virtuous leaders. Abraham Lincoln suspended habeas corpus. The British government under Winston Churchill threw an entire opposition party into prison and let them rot for the duration, in some cases with their families.
So in a war for democracy, you can do anything. Imagine what a man might do who has fewer principles. If that man, say, ran Ukraine, he might seize churches, arrest priests, ban all criticism of himself, disappear his political opponents. And that's happening. Just last month, Zelensky threw a man called Gonzalo Lira into prison indefinitely for the crime of daring to write about the Ukrainian government in unflattering ways. Now, what's interesting, what separates this from other such cases, is that Lira is an American citizen. So Joe Biden, who is quite a bit of SWAT, as they say in Ukraine, could have freed Gonzalo Lira within hours. But he didn't. He didn't want to. He didn't say a word about it.
Nope.
He remains in prison tonight. So that makes you wonder, what's the real motive here? When normal people see war, they see death and destruction, sadness and suffering. But that's not what demagogues see. They understand it differently. They know that war means power, mostly for them. During wartime, everything they do can be justified. War is the gravest of all emergencies. Imagine the COVID lockdowns times 1,000 plus drones. Once war breaks out, politicians become gods with the power of life and death. So in a peaceful democracy, you have to debate your political opponents in public, and that's tiresome. But in a war for democracy, you can just throw them in jail or have them executed. You can see that many in Washington are looking forward to that moment. And that may be why they so fervently support Joe Biden, even many Republicans, against a potential opponent, the only opponent who opposes the war in Ukraine. If you were to end the war, their power would evaporate.
Yes. Yes.
Last week, a whistleblower produced.
Dude, he is so on point there. Like, war gives these horrible dictator type people that power that they so desperately want. They want to have the power of life and death. Their single decision, the single decision can impact the lives or deaths of tens of thousands of people, and they love to have that power, and it's disgusting. And again, I will repeat, like I've repeated 1,000 times, Donald Trump kept us out of war. He went out of his way to keep us out of war. He brokered historic peace deals. Historic peace deals. The man that they said, he's going to have his finger on the nuclear button. He doesn't have the temperament to be president. And he's the one guy that didn't start any new wars. And that drives him crazy because war is a massive business. It's a massive multi-billion-dollar, might even be $1 trillion business for all I know. It is a major business, and politicians get their pockets laced. When we are in war, there are companies that have no bid contracts that just sit around, and they are built for war, and that's all they're there for. It's sick.
WhatsApp messages from Hunter Biden proving that at the very least, his father knew about his influence peddling businesses abroad and probably participated in them. Quote, "I'm sitting here with my father," Hunter Biden wrote to his Chinese partners demanding money. As much as any.
So I'm hearing Kick went down. So here's what we're doing with Kick right now. Kick is not something I can run through StreamYards. So I've tried to run it directly through StreamYards. There's no support for that, even through a custom server. So I'm having Jed, Hollywood Scholar, run it from his perspective through OBS. He's capturing my screen. He dropped from the call, so that's why Kick is down. So we will work on that. We will work on that.
Anything reported about the Bidens over the last several years, this was the smoking gun. There it is, right there in the message. That would have been enough to cripple a normal president. It would have been more than enough to keep a normal president from running for office again. But it had virtually no effect on Joe Biden. Most media outlets ignored it completely or tried to spin Biden's relationship with his son as some kind of moral victory. Quote, "The real meaning of the Hunter Biden saga, as I see it," wrote Nick Kristof of the New York Times, "isn't about presidential corruption, but is about how widespread addiction is, and about how a determined parent with unconditional love can sometimes reel a child back." He actually wrote that. And if you doubt it, you should know that view was common. Here's the take from ABC.
The Hunter Biden story, the scandal, the this, the that, it's also the story of a father's love. And Joe Biden has never and will never
This
give up
is-
on his son Hunter, and will never treat him lesser than. And so he is a father first. Take it or leave it.
So a whistleblower
Bro.
produces a text message showing that Joe Biden was in the room with his son when his son was selling influence to an enemy power, the Chinese government. And ABC's take on it, Joe Biden is a father first. Take it or leave it. What accounts for a response like that? Well, that's the way you talk when you've got nothing to fear from an upcoming presidential election. You don't even bother to think of an excuse for your candidate because you don't need to. Your country has electronic voting machines. Joe
All right, are we back, Jed?
Starting it right now. Yeah, power went out
Okay.
for me.
Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you. All right, so Kick's going back up. I see people in the chat going, party while they're out. You guys are a
Joe
trip.
Biden got 81,282,916 votes in 2020, and you're pretty sure he can do it again. In fact, you know he can. You're not worried.
Honestly, you're 100% right, Sinister Goon. Anna Navarro, for that comment that she made about Hunter and Joe Biden, that is one of the most beard of shame worthy moments of all time right there. So there's a lot of clips of Anna Navarro, Jay Hailstorm, that you can find of her crying and melting down over Trump over the years. You could have a lot of fun with that one. You could have a lot of fun with that one, Hailstorm. So I think Anna Navarro is definitely our front runner right now for beard of shame, to say that this is about a father's love for his son. Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here, man.
But actually, they should be a little worried. The people who control Joe Biden, Susan Rice, and the rest know they can continue to run our government, writing the press releases, formulating the policies, and they can do it effectively forever as long as Joe Biden gets dressed in the morning. And of course, that's their strong preference. These are fervent opponents of change. But the one thing these people cannot control is aging. Joe Biden is old. He's 80 now. He will be 85 at the end of the next term. People imagine that old age is a long, predictable progression from acuity to permanent unconsciousness. But often that's not at all how it actually works. When old people start to slide, they tend to slide fast. Joe Biden has begun that descent. Here he was yesterday.
And here's what she wrote to me, and I quote, "You can imagine my joy. She called them right away, and the next day they sent someone out to survey her yard. As Beth wrote, this is the best thing that's happened to rural America since the Rural Electrification Act brought electricity to farms in the 30s and 40s." End of quote.
End of quote.
God, he's done that
You
before.
weren't supposed to hear that. Joe Biden read the state.
He's done that before. He's read parts of it that he's not supposed to read. And you think this man is running the country? He's not running the country. He doesn't know where he's at. He said, end of quote. By the way, fantastic. Mr. Knox dropped 5 gifted D-Day Cobra memberships earlier. Thank you, fantastic Mr. Knox. Shout out to you, my friend.
Directions out loud. That's like eating the garnish that comes with your entree. You're supposed to know not to do that. Joe Biden no longer does. In a year or two, he will be gone completely, and there will be no hiding it. At that point, the Democratic Party will face a secession problem. If Joe Biden is reelected next year and then forced to leave office during his term due to disability or death, that means Kamala Harris will become president of the United States. And nobody wants that, not even her husband. In real life, nobody likes Kamala Harris. That's not an attack on her. In fact, it's possible to feel pity for someone who's so universally reviled. It is instead an observation of unchanging physical reality like gravity or photosynthesis. Nobody wants Kamala Harris to be president. No one will benefit if she becomes president. So logic suggests there's going to be a change. It's going to have to be somebody else. And whoever that person is going to have to enter the race soon, before the election, after Biden drops out. Who could that person be? We don't know, obviously. This is all just guessing. But we do know whoever that is will have to have 2 essential criteria. He'll have to be as shallow, ruthless, and transactional as Joe Biden is, and he'll need to have flattery skills that are so polished and advanced they'd be considered superior even in the Saudi royal court. And there's only one man in modern America.
Only one man. There's only one.
Gavin Newsom.
Yes.
The governor of California, and perhaps not coincidentally, Joe Biden's new closest friend.
I've been saying this for months. Gavin Newsom is going to be the Democratic nominee for president, it won't be Joe Biden. I don't think there's any way in hell that Joe Biden can. He's not competently there to the point they can't, man. The dude's gone. He's gone. There's no way. Gavin Newsom.
Yep. I am here, Mr. President, Newsom told Biden at an event the two did together last week. I am here as a proud American, as a proud Californian, mesmerized by not just your faith and your devotion to this country and the world we're trying to build, but by your results, by your action, by your passion, by your capacity to deliver. I am mesmerized by you, Joe Biden. Imagine saying that as a compliment. You couldn't do it. Few human beings could do it. But Gavin Newsom had no problem at all. Those words rolled right off his forked tongue. He never stopped smiling. So if you're looking for the leader of the coup, there he is right there.
If you guys are fucking terrified at the idea that Gavin Newsom could be the president of the United States of America, then I don't know what you're thinking. Like, this is bad. Gavin Newsom is a terrible, horrible person. He is so bad. And this dude is so deranged. You will turn America into Canada immediately. You do not want Gavin Newsom as the president. You don't want this at all. This is why you can whine and cry about Trump all you fucking want. That's the man that has to be in office in 2024, or you're going to get Gavin Newsom. Didn't Gavin Newsom do an interview with Sean Hannity? I didn't watch that because I don't watch Sean Hannity. Didn't he do an interview with Hannity, though? How did that go? Hannity, Gavin Newsom. Let's see here. Gavin Newsom makes big admission to Sean Hannity. All right, let's hear what Gavin Newsom's got to say to Sean Hannity. The thing is Gavin Newsom is slick. He's American Psycho, bro. That's who he is. He's Patrick Bateman.
Welcome back to Hannity. So with a declining population, it is no secret that Americans are now fleeing California in droves, despite its vast natural resources.
Newsom bodied Hannity? Did he really? So Newsom bodied him? Really? I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Hannity's a clown. So, really? All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Now, California is shrinking rapidly. But it's not just people. Businesses also are leaving the state. Look at this. According to one CBS report, approximately 65,000 have left since 1990. And that exodus continues to this day and is especially palpable in San Francisco. The city's famed Union Square neighborhood is now quickly turning into a ghost town with 19 major store closures since 2020. So what's going on in the Golden State, and will the state's governor take any responsibility? Here's part 2 of my interview with Governor Gavin Newsom. Let me ask about quality of life issues. When you have...
I'll give you these back, by the way. I'm well aware of these stats.
I think if you put them around...
Dude, he is so evil.
This be a classic
this
interview.
Dude is evil.
You know, listen, it may seem, and you're very... I appreciate your passion for your state. I love it. I appreciate the fact that you fight...
What? What? I don't even know if I can watch this shit. I don't even know if I can watch this. You're going to start out by telling Gavin Newsom that you appreciate his passion for the state of California. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? This man does not deserve decency. He doesn't deserve your respect. Do you know what this man did to millions and millions of people in California? Do you understand what he did? And you're going to sit there and open up with that. You are a clown, Sean Hannity.
for your.
We got to watch it. I got to know how this went, because Gavin Newsom this is going to be the guy. We have to recognize he's going to be the guy. Like, there's nothing in my mind that can comprehend that Joe Biden is going to run for president in 2024. I don't see how that's possible. And if that's not going to happen, who's the best person for the Democrats? It's this guy right here. They want this guy.
The things you believe in.
Yeah.
You know, and this goes back to the original premise of not only this discussion, because this really is a friendly discussion.
No, I know.
There's no personal animus between us.
Oh my God.
It's just, I don't agree with your views. You're very good at giving reason, rationale for losing population and higher state income tax. And now I'm going to ask you about the homeless population. But you have stores now in San Francisco, because of smash and grab robberies, they're leaving.
Yeah.
You know, Walgreens is one. I think Target is the other. There's at least 3. Whole Foods is another.
Yeah.
You're leaving San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question to you is, between taxes, bureaucracy, crime, homelessness, and the homeless numbers are not really good.
No.
For you in your state versus
I
Florida.
acknowledge that. And no, I mean, I wouldn't compare ourselves to anyone. It's a disgrace, the homeless.
Hailstorm. Looks like you got another one to add. It's early on, 51 minutes into CobraCast. You got another hour to work on it. So Hailstorm, you see that? They're calling for Hannity.
Fuck.
We love you, Jay Hailstorm. We love you. Bye. Go have fun with that.
Homeless issue.
In 2008, you had a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
I got the tape. Let me play for
Let's
you.
do it, San Francisco.
We believe fundamentally that food solves hunger,
creepy.
that shelters solve sleep, and that housing solves homelessness. And if we're going to solve the problem of those that are out on the streets that we define as homeless, we better solve the housing problem if we're going to have an impact. And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco.
Okay,
love
now
it.
here we are.
You want to know the results after 10 years?
Okay, here's,
But
here's
it's
the
not
comparison.
I don't need to look at.
You don't like
today.
my charts. I know
I
you
the
wouldn't
charts.
like
I know the charts. I know these charts so well.
Yeah.
After 10 years, we reduced the street population by 33%. You know what? I'm proud of the fact we established the goal, and we did it with the Bush administration, with Republicans. We did it with a framework where we were actually identified by George W. Bush as one of the leaders in terms of establishing not only a framework of a plan, but delivering on what we promoted and promised. And I agree with you. You know, Michelangelo said it best. The biggest risk in life is not that we aim too low and reach it, it's we aim too high and miss it, rather the opposite. My point being, we have to be audacious. And in so doing, we actually made progress. This state has not made progress in the last 2 decades as it relates to homelessness.
Why?
Because housing costs are too high, our regulatory thickets are too problematic, localism has been too impactful, meaning people locally are pushing back against new housing starts and construction. I've been here 4 years. I can't make up for the fact in 2005, we had an historic number of homeless under Republican administration.
Right now, there's 171,000 estimated.
Disgraceful.
Okay.
Disgraceful.
And all right, I'll compare to Florida again.
Oh,
26,000.
Of course.
Okay, same
Not even
weather,
comparable.
similar state. I mean, I've lived in both.
Dynamics are very different. That said, we own this, Sean. I'm not here defending this. But
okay.
here's the difference.
But you're going to build 1,200 homes this year, I read.
That's not true.
You have a
I just
proposal
got 68,000 people off the streets last year. And by the way, that's been PolitiFact, 68,000. I have a $15.3 billion homeless plan. When I got here, it was $500 million.
I have not been to California in years. I know that it is a fact that California has fallen so hard and so fast, especially after what they did to COVID. Obviously, Gary, him and his wife, his awesome wife, had to move from California, San Francisco area, where, they lost, everything due to COVID because businesses are shutting down. You've got, it's awful. It's from everything I've heard, it is absolutely unlivable for most normal thinking people. You have businesses, as Hannity mentioned earlier, moving and leaving San Francisco due to the fact that you're just allowing criminals to walk in there and do whatever they want. This is what America could look like under Gavin Newsom. You going to keep crying about Trump? All these people that want to keep crying about Trump, you're going to keep crying about Trump? Because Gavin Newsom might be the guy that is going to become president if you don't stop crying about Trump.
The state of California was not involved in the homeless issue. We got involved. We're holding cities and counties accountable. I'm suing cities that are not producing housing. We actually have a 15-year high in new housing starts in the state of California. We're actually seeing programs produce real results, but I want accountability. I'm not the mayor of California. I'm governor of states larger than 21 states, populations combined. And the difference between me and most politicians is I own this. I take responsibility for this. This is personal to me. I love this state. I don't like what's happening with the encampments. I don't like what's happening in the streets and sidewalks. I don't like the bashing of my old city, San Francisco. Whole Foods did shut down one business, but there was a bad location to begin with. They're opening a new one. We have 2.7%.
My sister was out here recently with her team, and I said, don't go to the wharf.
Certain parts are bad. And we own that. I just put the National Guard and the CHP down there. Hundreds of millions. I know. And by the way, you mentioned defund police. Don't accuse me of that. I've never been part of that.
You did say, and I have a quote of you saying you didn't want to build any more border wall. That quote I have.
Because it was sort of farcical, this notion that somehow you're going to have a physical structure that's 2,000 miles long.
Why not?
With all due respect, I sit here watching the former president say he did it and somehow Mexico paid for it. It's laughable, those assertions.
Well, you got a better trade deal with Mexico and Canada, NAFTA.
I'm not here to take a cheap shot on that point.
And coming up next. But you are an open sanctuary state. Why don't you embrace them?
I'm about dealing with the cards that are dealt. I'm for comprehensive immigration reform. I'm proud of our president for putting a strategy out. And you guys have been silent on it. You haven't even discussed it.
If you are a sanctuary state, why don't you embrace them and say thank you for sending them?
We embrace everybody here. We deal with the cards of date in a human way.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
Dude, this dude, Gavin Newsom, and I've shown you this before, and I'll show it to you again. Hang on. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Like, this is him right here. This is Gavin Newsom. This is literally this dude. He is creepy as hell.
I live in the American Gardens building on West 81st Street, on the 11th floor. My name is Patrick Bateman. I'm 27 years old. I believe in taking care of myself, in a balanced diet, and a rigorous exercise routine. In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while doing my stomach crunches. I can do 1,000 now. After I remove the ice pack, I use a deep pored cleanser lotion. In the shower, I use a water-activated gel cleanser. Then a honey almond body scrub. And on the face, an exfoliating gel scrub. Then I apply an herb mint facial mask, which I leave on for 10 minutes while I prepare the rest of my routine. I always use an aftershave lotion with little or no alcohol, because alcohol dries your face out and makes you look older. Then
So if for the uninitiated, okay, American Psycho is a film starring Christian Bale. In my opinion, and I think Christian Bale's my favorite actor, American Psycho is still his best role ever. And that says a lot because Christian Bale's a fantastic actor. But so this is clips, basically the audio from American Psycho was being overlaid with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom fits Patrick Bateman's character to a T. He is a literal psychopath. And it's so perfect.
Moisturizer, then an anti-aging eye balm, followed by a final moisturizing protective lotion. There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there.
Howard, it's Bateman, Patrick Bateman. You're my lawyer, so I think you should know I've killed a lot of people. Some escort girls in an apartment uptown. Some homeless people, maybe 5 or 10. An NYU girl I met in Central Park. I left her in a parking lot behind some donut shop. I killed Bethany, my old girlfriend, with a nail gun. And a man with a dog. Last week, I killed another girl with a chainsaw. I had to. She almost got away. And someone else there, I can't remember, maybe a model, but she's dead too. And Paul Allen. I killed Paul Allen with an axe in the face. His body is dissolving in a bathtub in Hell's Kitchen. I don't want to leave anything out here. I guess I've killed maybe 20 people, maybe 40. I have tapes of a lot of it. Some of the girls have seen the tapes. I even I ate some of their brains. And I tried to cook a little. Tonight I just had to kill a lot of people. And I'm not sure I'm gonna get away with it this time. So I mean, I guess I'm a pretty I guess I'm a pretty sick guy.
It is more. You're right, Batgo. As much as it's funny, it's actually scary because this dude is that guy.
There are no more barriers to cross. All I have in common with the uncontrollable and the insane, the vicious and the evil, all the mayhem I have caused and my utter indifference toward it, I have now surpassed. My pain is constant and sharp, and I do not hope for a better world for anyone.
All right, I got to stop it there because I'm probably going to get copyright hit on this. So I'm going to have to stop it there. I don't want to let it go any further, even though it's almost over. I'll probably get copyright hit. But people need to prepare for Gavin Newsom as your Democratic nominee. I think that it's happening. I've said it a while back, and now you've got people like Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson saying the same thing. There's something to that. All right. There's no way. Just if you're a normal thinking person, you just look at Joe Biden. There's no way Joe Biden can be president. There's no way Joe Biden can run again in 2024. It just isn't. It's not possible. But I will give you something from someone that is running for president and should win president and will win president. And that is this man right here. How can you not want to vote for this man right here?
I will immediately sign a new executive order to cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. As I said, I will keep men out of women's sports, and I will sign a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. Can you believe it? No, can you believe you have to say that? I'm going to sign a law to prohibit child sexual mutilations. Can you imagine saying that 15 years ago? People would look around. What the hell what's he talking about? That's taking place in our country. It's insane what's going on.
Trump 2024. Boom. That's our guy right there. That's our guy. Trump 2024. Never back down. Never apologize for supporting the great Donald J. Trump. Love that man. And yeah, he's killing it, man. He's killing it. So I did want to say, because we are on and I know we're jumping around a lot, but that's just how CobraCast is. We cover everything. So as it stands right now, we are back live on Kick. Okay, we are back on Kick. We are live over there. Shout out to Jed. And we are almost up to 100 subscribers. followers is one thing, subscribers is another. Subscribers is like members over there. But I wanted to show this, and I know you guys have heard me talking about Kick a lot. This is the Kick CEO, okay? This is the Kick CEO, and just listen. This is why this platform to me is so important right here. Listen to this.
One thing that should definitely never be touched is the sub split. The sub split is something which we are, we consider to be almost donations, right? You receive a donation from your community, you receive subs from your community for making great content. And the whole concept of kind of dipping into that sub split, our idea behind it is that's kind of unfair, right? We don't think that a platform, just a platform that simply curates other people's content deserves a right to kind of take a split of people's revenue from donations, right? Donations are not something you should be taking money from. Obviously, media in general, it can be monetized in so many other ways, right? Traditional media has been getting monetized very, very effectively for, many years now. And the whole concept of suddenly dipping into subscriptions is something which I believe is, pretty much only known across the live streaming space. So, we take a strong stance that that's not required. At the moment for Kick, we're definitely looking more towards advertising down the line as being the primary sort of business model. That is where we think that we can turn this into an extremely, sustainable business. And I don't think we need to go into the whole concept of, not only
That's an awesome answer from the Kick CEO. I have a lot of belief in Kick. They have a lot of work to do, but a 95.5 cut is insane. I have never had a problem with the YouTube cut. I do have a problem with Twitch's cut. Twitch is trash. Twitch is a trash platform. And we're still there. Like whenever we do like the Mario Kart streams, Krista has been running her perspective on Twitch, and we're still going to continue to do that because even if there's 50, 60 people that want to watch that, then hey, you know what? We'll give the people a place to watch it, but we want to continue to advertise Kick. And one thing that I've never done on Twitch because I never felt that I could is do CobraCast or do more opinionated give my opinions, an opinionated show on Twitch because I had to walk on eggshells on Kick or on Twitch. I don't have to do that on Kick. I can do whatever I want over there, just like I do here on YouTube, just like on Rumble. So again, I know there's a lot of platforms out there, and I know that it gets hard when you have people telling you like, oh, follow me here, follow me there. I get it. I understand. My response to that is we're people like me and others, we don't walk the corporate line. So we always are running the risk of being, deplatformed, or we don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So we have to put out these, content on other platforms and ask you to follow us over there. Rumble has been amazing. Rumble has been fantastic. And I appreciate everybody over there on Rumble. And I mean, right now we got 118 people watching us on Rumble. We have 50 over there on Kick, and obviously we have 1,300 here on YouTube. So it is appreciated. And wherever you choose to watch is 100% your business. No one's ever going to tell you where you can or can't watch, where you can or can't support. YouTube is still the standard, and I think YouTube will be the standard. This really isn't about a YouTube versus Kick. It's more about Twitch versus Kick. It's a direct competitor to Twitch. And I like everything that the CEO has to say, and I like everything that they've been doing up to this point. So time will tell what happens with that. All right, let's catch up on some of these super chats. You guys have been insane tonight. Amazing. Let me see. There is a fantastic Mr. Knox. Got that one. I got Optimus Monkey. Bebop says, I will punch up, but don't get knocked out. Hail chat. Bebop deserves all the respect in the world. Bob R says, please play Obama Calls Michelle at Music for All People. It's on YouTube. All right. I think we looked that up, and I'll see if we can play that one. Josh said, stupid big fall. Got that one. There's Bebop's 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Fantastic Mr. Knox says there's a video where Judge Joe Brown exposes Barack Obama. I'll have to look that one up too. Keck Lord says, how did you like Idiocracy? I still haven't watched it yet. I'm going to try to watch it this weekend. So for those that are wondering, so this weekend, I'm going to be a little bit off the grid starting on Friday. I won't be on Friday Night Tights. I got it, Sophie. I'll get it. So as many of you know, and you know, I have 2 dogs, and they're in Pensacola with my family, and we have Puppy Face and we have Leia, and they're my two babies. And Puppy has had some health problems in the last few years, and so we had a little scare with him. And all is okay after a very, very expensive veterinarian bill. Took him, got everything checked out, got him some medication, got to check out. So gonna go spend some time with the fam and with my dogs and everything like that. So as you guys know, dogs are family, and so I got to go spend some time and just kind of check up on him. And Leia is still doing crazy. She's just a crazy girl, but she's doing well. But so I will be off the grid probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let me see. William says, hail the 199. Thank you, William. Fantastic Mission Knox with a 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Jared Armstrong, Biden thinks Putin is losing in Iraq. Don't forget to watch the guy who cried to the cops after his attacker got arrested. Yes. Find that clip for me. I want to watch that right now, actually. So Jed, Eric, or Hailstorm. Hailstorm's probably working. Get the clip of me of the guy that called the police in Georgia on the black guy. Find that clip for me. We played it on Tuesday night's main event. Bebop for $100. I'll pick up the slack for Hayden. Steph, girls calling me Oppenheimer. What does that mean? Wait, hang on. Steph, girls calling me Oppenheimer means you're blowing things up, bro. Means you're blowing it up. That's what it is. You're blowing shit up. I say this a compliment. It's a damn good compliment. So Bebop's blowing up the chat. Blowing up the chat. Let's see. Okay. Jordan put this on all caps. So I guess we need to read his comment. This dude's be saying they're trying to ban him, but he just listed he's streaming on, like, what was it, 4 different apps currently. I'm dead. Anyone super chatting money is a joke. Good for Jeremy. So Jordan in all caps said this dude be saying, all right, this dude be saying, and he's really mad because people are sending super chats, and he wants you to know that he thinks you're dumb for sending me super chats. And what Jordan seems to think is that that's going to deter people from sending super chats, because Jordan seems to think that Jordan's opinion matters. Jordan, your opinion doesn't matter. But I wanted to highlight you just in order to monetize you even more, because you're going to sit around and listen. I understand you have a little dick. All right. That's not a problem I can help you with. All right. It's not. And the reality of it is after I got done with your mom, which is the only vag you will ever see in your life, you're definitely not going to be able to do anything with her because I'm above average. So Jordan, I know you're sad because I make money from being on the internet and having opinions, playing video games. I know you wish you had that life. It'll never happen. But you know what does happen? Alec Baldwin's finger just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Jordan, how does that feel right now? You can use your own tears to masturbate to. It's good lubricant, and it's the only lubricant you will ever find. So sit down, shut the fuck up, and let the grown-ups talk. And go drink Bud Light and vote for Biden. And probably cry about Trump, okay? Orange man bad, okay? Alec Baldwin's finger just dropped 50. Bebop. That is the most money Jordan has ever made right there. Unfortunately, it's not going to Jordan. It's not going to Jordan. Jordan, it's not going to work for you, buddy. But this is the most relevant you have ever been and ever will be. Now you get ignored. Now you just get beat up in the chat. That's all that's going to happen now. So I hope you have a good day. Thank you, Bebop. Beardo said, what a mistake. I could just hear Beardo just... Beardo, can you pop in here and just say that and leave? Can you just pop in and say that and just leave? I think that would be perfect. I think that would be perfect. Let's see. If you just pop in here and just say that and then leave. Where's it at? I gotta find it. There we go. Here we go.
Jordan, what a fucking mistake you just made right now. Instant regret. What a fucking mistake. Holy shit. Look at the 50s dropping in. Jordan, you must be new here. You think you're going to challenge people by saying, don't donate to this guy? Do you know what fucking happens here at Geeks and Gamers? When you say don't donate to Geeks and Gamers, the floodgates open. What a mistake you just made. Hail the 199. Hail Snake Pit Army. Snake Pit Battalion. Hail this guy right here.
You've been drinking, haven't you?
No.
I can smell. Who's in there? What are y'all watching?
I'm sober as a bird.
What are y'all watching?
I'm watching you.
Oh, I thought you were watching a movie or something. I
I'm
know
watching you.
I know Steph and you were talking about watching a movie.
I'm
so
watching you.
all right. Shout out to Beardo. Follow Fear the Beardo on Kick. Follow him on YouTube. There we go. God damn it. Oh, you will never benefit yourself by talking shit in this chat. It will never go the way you want it to go. If you don't like me, the best thing you can do is ignore me. That's the best thing you can do. Just ignore me, because if you acknowledge me, I will win. There's nothing you can do. All right. And the worst thing you do is talk bad about my fucking audience. Okay. You can talk about me all day long. You come in here and talk about the snake pit and you are going to get bitten hard. Okay. It will never go well. It will never go well. What a fucking mistake. I could just hear Beardo saying that. What a fucking mistake. So, let's see. Well, there's a lot of people here on and off. So, G&G HQ, which Steph is actually working on a video for G&G HQ. So my official residence is in Pensacola, Florida. I spend time here and in Pensacola, but this is a working building for Geeks and Gamers. That's what this is. And it's something that is, I didn't know how it was going to go. But I've been pretty happy with the process. With the progress we've made by continuing to build Geeks and Gamers. I'll try to be as transparent as I can with a lot of stuff, but yeah, we have a lot of moving parts going on with what we're doing here in Orlando. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So I will be in, let's see it tomorrow. I think I'm leaving. So I'll be in Pensacola all weekend. I do a lot of driving. Let's just say that a lot of driving, more than you could imagine. A lot of driving, unfortunately, but it's all good. Again, thank you guys for being here. Wait, hang on. Yeah, that's right. So Alec Balba's finger dropped the 50 gifted memberships. We're up to 93 new members right now. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Somebody just said something in the chat. Let's see. Hang on. So where did it go? There it is. Steph, Beardo, Krista, and Dan Vask is soon to live there, right, Jerry? Is that what you guys think? There's a lot of feet. There's a lot going on here at HQ. All right. There's a lot going on. That's all I'll say. You guys seen different people here, different personalities here. So I'll have to let you keep guessing on that. All right. I need that clip from Tuesday night's main event. Here it is. Okay. This right here, This is one of the most embarrassing things I have ever seen. There is no doubt that this is a Joe Biden Bud Light drinking person. This is terrible. This is awful. What I'm about to show you. So this guy in Georgia, this guy called the police on a black guy. Let's just watch what happened.
He was arrested and charged with simple assault and terroristic threats. Following his arrest, he was transported to the DeKalb County Jail.
Let's go to the squad car, please. Okay, that way.
Why is it happening? I'm being arrested?
Yes.
For what?
For what?
I'll be with you in just 1 second. Mm-hmm.
So the soy white guy said, are you arresting this black man? I just wanted him to be left alone. So the soy boy white guy called the cops on the black guy because he just wanted to be left alone. He didn't want him arrested. Let's continue.
But still, I will need for you to fill out a statement for him.
I don't want him arrested. I just want him to leave us alone.
I know, but he had a weapon on him and it was terrorist threats.
Brandishing is not a crime with a knife. Brandishing is only a crime.
He had a fucking weapon. He was threatening you. And now you're upset because he's getting arrested. That you called the cops. Remember, now this is probably all cops are bad type of guy. This is probably a defund the police kind of guy. This is probably a Black Lives Matter, Joe Biden, Bud Light drinking guy. And of course, the moment that he sees a scary black man, he calls those same police that he says need to be defunded. Let's let him continue.
For a gun.
Terroristic threats, though, sir.
Because he said die to me and had his knife out?
What? All that was done. The threats, everything. Let me get a statement.
If I thought you were going to arrest him, I wouldn't call. I just wanted to leave us alone.
I understand, but we still have a job to do.
Now he's going to think I'm doing this because I'm white and he's black. Or he's homeless and I'm not. I don't want that.
But did he do what he did?
Yeah, but I don't want him thinking I did it because...
Oh my God, it physically hurts. It physically hurts. He's crying because he doesn't want to be called racist one more time.
If I thought you were going to arrest him, I wouldn't call. I just wanted to leave us alone.
I understand, but we still have a job to do.
Now he's going to think I'm doing this because I'm white and he's black. Or he's homeless and I'm not. I don't want that.
But did he do what he did?
Yeah, but I don't want him thinking I did it because he's in whatever situation he's in. I just want him to leave us alone.
I doubt that. I'll be right back, okay?
We are at a point where the most pathetic generation of men exist. This is pathetic. And it just shows you how much these people their brains have been melted by the social justice nonsense. It's psychotic. It's insane. It's unbelievable. No, that ain't a man. You're right about that. That ain't a man. That is a pathetic soy boy beyond belief. And this is the type of guy that's telling you that Trump is bad. Trump man bad. Trump man bad. Now, we have this one here. And again, a lot of people, I'm going to read some super chats and then we're going to react to another video. We got another video to react to really quick, but I want to read a few more and get caught up. Bebop just dropped 20 gifted memberships. 20. Sir Neoff says a 50 because Jordan complained. I'm also for Team Hayden Trump 2024. Thank you, Sir Neoff. Appreciate you. All right, good Lord, you guys flooded the chat whenever Jordan showed up. My goodness, man. Another casualty of the snake pit. You just don't know what they just don't get it. They don't get it. Gerald Armstrong got that one. Vic Whiplash. We've been whiplashed with 20 gifted memberships from Vic Whiplash. Thank you. JMN ZZ says, every time I hear Jeremy Osteen, I feel I should demand reparations. 2012 Jameson, could you make a new channel where we can do a contest for the best Trump campaign videos, amateur and professional categories? Contest channel will be fun. That does sound like fun. I don't know if I have the time. I'm kind of overextended as it is with all the other channels I have. The only thing I'm considering doing is I'm considering doing a D-Day Cobra clips channel where just like little clips of conversations or reactions or things that I've done, we re-upload to. I have Jed Hollywood Scholar kind of edit those. So that's the thing I'm considering doing right now. But that does sound like a fun idea. I just don't think I have the time. Dutchy says, nah, keep Floki banned. I'm just effing with you, laughing my ass off. Well, we don't like to ban anybody around here. You know, we want everybody to be able to speak your mind, say what's on your mind and things like that. But it's just got to be within reason. You know what I mean? Because I don't own, like, it's my YouTube channel, but it's YouTube's platform. So there's still things you got to be smarter than the situation. At the end of the day, I want to be on YouTube. YouTube gives me the biggest platform to talk about the things that's going on. We have a great community here, and I want to continue to maintain that. But also, we want to build out other aspects of other platforms with the, you know, with what happens with social media and YouTube's ever-changing rules. You never know. So, but we got to be smarter. But I definitely want as many people here in the chat as possible. I want you to have your conversations. If you don't like me, if you disagree with me, you're welcome to be here. If you come in here with the intent to be just disrespectful, whether that's towards me or the audience, if I see it, we may have time to check you a little bit. But if you just want to come in here and have some honest to goodness discussions back and forth, we're all for that, but we can't just have spam for the sake of spam. So, just can't do that. So Nate Houstman, democracy is a code word for the globalist shadow dictatorship, like how gangsters call their extortion rackets protection. Oh yeah. I mean, just like democracy, representation, all that bullshit. Like it's representation. Nobody gives a shit about representation. Nobody gives a shit about diversity. It's not what people operate on. So when you hear someone using those words, you got to be very concerned. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. Let me see. Sorry. Okay. So, where are we at? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Goodness, Zelensky sounding more like McGabe. This is the guy who should be part of NATO. Yikes. Zelensky's there's all these videos of Zelensky that you can see what type of person Zelensky is from back in the day. 2012 Jameson, Biden loves his son, but not granddaughter. Eric K says, Gavin Newsom is trying to make a new amendment getting rid of the second. Eric K's like here, and he could say what he wants. I could pop you in right now, and you could say what you want, Eric, but he's throwing super chats. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier, Newsom supports the homeless industrial complex. East Coast Toasty Boy, if he wins and Americans don't revolt and overthrow this government, then they don't deserve to be called Americans and patriots, and U.S. lost its balls. We are done. We are done if Gavin Newsom wins. That is a fact. Ron Sappington member message, if Trump doesn't get voted in, I fear how much further America goes past the point of no return. You and me both. Alex Slusher for $1. Thank you. Troy News says, keep in mind Hannity has controlled opposition. I don't like Hannity. He's a clown. I watched Hannity back during like the Bush administration and Iraq war, and it became clear to me that Hannity was just a mouthpiece, and he would say whatever he needed to say, whatever the talking points of the party were. Hannity doesn't have any actual opinions whatsoever. He just does it, in my opinion. Eric K says, Newsom is Pelosi's nephew. What do you expect? Fantastic. Mr. Knox, passion for California. Guess San Francisco poop problem isn't a problem. This is a big L. Massive L from Hannity. Garrett says, he is my governor. I'm from Silicon Valley. We tried to vote him out and the libs kept him in. I'm scared for our country if he runs. Look at California. Imagine that countrywide. Yes, it's hard for me to process how bad that could be. Gerald Armstrong says, what did Kimberly Guilfoyle have see in him? Don't know. I mean, he's got those looks, you know. I guess ladies like the look of him. I don't know why, because he looks like a psycho. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Cali falling into disarray, but Gavin Newsom says none of it's his fault, but Republicans' fault. How? Doofy Newsom is exactly that. Doofy. Nikki, what a fig. Beard of shame on Newsom, tiny chub. Poor Hailstorm. Poor Hailstorm's like, I can't keep up, man. Poor Hailstorm. Shout out to Jay Hailstorm. We love Hailstorm sometimes until he's on Mario Kart. Then we don't. Let's see. Aunt Ryu says there's a reason he and DeSantis keep cutting promos on each other. Those two are who the establishment wants. That is a fact. The establishment 100% wants those two. No doubt about it. K-Road says, I'm concerned because unlike the rest of the Democrats roster, Gavin is slick and has charisma. I'm concerned that morons will vote for him. That is the concern. You're 100% right about that. Gavin Newsom, whatever you think about him, he's a terrible person. He's a horrible person. He's got charisma. Charisma is a powerful, powerful, powerful tool in the world of politics. Gavin Newsom has that. He has the looks, he has the charisma, and he is a politician. He can work everything to his advantage if he gets the full machine behind him. And I feel like that is what is going to happen. I 100% feel like that's what's going to happen. Marks 47. I'm debating in debates. You frequently have the smart guy take the opposing view to you. What does Trump need to work on the most? Where is he weakest that he can fix in a debate or just overall? In his debates, I don't think there's anything he needs to work on his debates. Overall, he is going. Now, again, it's hard to say because I feel like Trump did the best he could in the first 4 years, but he couldn't go full scorched earth in the first 4 years. But the bottom line is he surrounded himself with some really bad people. He surrounded himself with really bad people. And ultimately, he put himself in a position where he didn't have the people that needed him. The people that needed to have his back wouldn't have his back when he needed it most. And that's why Kerry Lake, to me, is the perfect choice for vice president. You need somebody that is going to stand with you no matter what. So the people he surrounds himself with, that is his biggest weakness from his first run. Regardless as to why he did it, it's kind of irrelevant. He has to do that. He has to pick people that are going to stand tall and stand true. Bebop just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Bebop just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Holy crap. Whew. Bebop. That is crazy. Bebop, you mad lad, you. Blue Eyed Scorpio, the doggies better be okay or loved, or I'm not allowing you to blow up my DMs anymore. Thank you, Blue Eyed Scorpio. I can't wait to get back and hang out with my dogs this weekend. So David Nelson says, hail the 199. We are Legion. Absolutely. Alec Baldwin's finger. There's those 50 gifted memberships again. Thank you. We're getting to the portion where our boy came in and got absolutely annihilated. The chat just annihilated him. But before we get into the rest of that, I want us to listen to this Ice Cube video, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so let's listen to Ice Cube really quick. Here we go.
Yo, what's cracking? You know what it is. It's your homeboy Ice Cube. And some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what? Who? Come on, man, stop playing. So ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been fucking with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, you know, on the big three for a long time, and you know how they've been fucking with me with that. I done made it, you know, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. You know, the NBA been fucking with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, but Cube, you want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do when I say work with us is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these motherfuckers. So we don't need them. You don't need them. You know? So what am I going to do to deal with these motherfucking gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on a Fuck the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm going to go talk to everybody, you know, and get a chance to.
I'll be very interested as to who he's willing to talk to, because he says everybody and puts emphasis on everybody and says it again. I'll be interested to see if he's really willing to talk to everybody. You going to go talk to Alex Jones? Huh? You going to go talk to Salty Cracker? Huh? You really going to do that? I don't think you would.
Get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, you know. And you know, you might agree, you might not. But the important thing is, you know, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, you know, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the big three. Hopefully I'm doing stuff that you guys dig. You know, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for people that's bored as fuck in the summer with summer sports and want something cool like the big three. So here we are. Appreciate you. Much love, much respect from your homeboy Ice Cube. Remember that.
I mean, it'll be interesting. Ice Cube a while back had some stuff to say. I remember he had some stuff to say on Don Lemon's show. It was something to do with Don Lemon. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I did a reaction to that here on this channel. This was like a couple years ago, prior to the elections, you know, the 2020 election. And but we'll see. I like Ice Cube. I got nothing against Ice Cube. I've always liked Ice Cube. I've liked his music. I've always liked him as a, you know, actor, entertainer, all of that. I'll be interested to see if he can actually stand up to what's about to happen if he actually goes down that road. Because again, you know, we had 50 Cent a couple years ago before the 2020 election, you know, and he talked about how he's going to support Trump, and then the mob came after him and he backed down completely. So I don't know. Time will tell if he actually can stand up to it. But I like Ice Cube. I've always liked him. So interesting stuff from Mr. Ice Cube. All right, let's see where we're at. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Tagged you on Discord about the Obama video. Noted. Wayne Floyd, give the dogs a treat from me, brother. Maybe a head scratch too. I will. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. Spirium for 199. Thank you. Blue Eyed Scorpio says hashtag F Jeremy. There's Bebop's 100 for Jordan Summers. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier gifted a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Greedo Gaming, here's a super chat to make Jordan cry. 199. Fantastic Mr. Knox, this $5 matters more than you, Jordan. Hail 199. Nikki says Bebop laying his Oppenheimer on the table tonight with the money symbol. Thank you, Nikki. Sir Neoff says the 50 because Jordan complained. I'm also for Team Hayden Trump 2024. Bob R, what a burn. Do not burn me. I might cry. Blake Barrett with the gifted D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Patrick says, I'm stationed in San Diego. Homeless camps everywhere. Lost orders to Italy. Enjoy your content. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate your service. And yeah, I've heard such horrible stuff about California. Koa Lee says, insert angry all caps comment about Orange Man bad. Jeremy is a hard R and the chat is dumb here. Hail 199 with a smiley face. Alan Fox, what a clown Jordan is. What a mistake. Quoting Beardo there. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Jordan, big gulps, eh? Well, see you later. Let's see. Briar 24/7I says hashtag Team Jeremy. Thank you. Jared the American because of Jordan. By the way, Polygon posted furry cringe. Furries, man. Just don't know about that world, man. I really don't. Nagranol, this one's for you, Jordan. What up, Nagranol? Gary and Guitar for 5. Thank you. Bebop for 20 gifted memberships. Thank you. Where are we at? You guys, this has been insane tonight. You guys have blown it up. Batgoat Bebop bought my respect. Hashtag Team Bebop. You won Batgoat over Bebop. You won Batgoat over. Holy crap. Doc Brewski, ever run into Pensacola's finest, Roy Jones Jr.? I have had a kind of quick interaction with Roy Jones Jr. one time. This is before the YouTube channel took off or anything like that. Just had like a brief interaction with him. So, you know, from all accounts, really nice guy and an absolute legend, Let's see. Coalesce says to that guy who was crying to the cop, actions have consequences. Jesus freaking Jesus is what it almost says. So Jesus friggin' Christ. Yep. Mary Nicholson, I'm guessing that soy guy is from one of the Californians that moved to Georgia. There are a lot of them, even in the area where I work in Southwest Georgia. Yeah, there's a lot of refugees. Yeah, they love California and they love all that, but then they don't want to stay there when it falls apart. You voted for it. You supported it. Wayne Floyd for dog treats. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Bebop says, I spent over 400 on ISOM too. Am I still racist? Bebop. Shout out to Bebop. Elaine Estrada, I'm 22. Seeing this BS makes me want to relapse, but I've been sober for a year and I will stay sober, especially since you guys keep me entertained and make me feel like I ain't alone. Hail the 199. Hail the snake pit. Thank you. And I'm glad that you've been sober for a year. And I'm glad we're helping keeping you on track. That's a $20 super chat. Thank you. Eric K, I can send damn supers if I want to. Yes, you can, Eric. And I'm sorry that I challenged you on that. Thank you, Eric. JMNZZ, I want crying a dude's number so I can demand money from him. You know what? He would do it too. He'd damn sure give you money. There's Bebop's 50 gifted memberships. Thank you, Bebop. Joe C. I live in LA, and I will tell you, he did not survive the recall. They pulled the mail-in ballot scam like they did in 2020 for Biden, Trump 2024. Yeah, it's almost impossible to believe that Gavin Newsom actually had any support. Character Holding says, Cube is gonna talk to Farrakhan. That'll be interesting, I guess. Kecklord Gray, have you no hubris? Bebop says, let's get Sabaton tonight. Best wishes for your dog, Jeremy. Absolutely. Optimus Monkey, you are the ideas you invite. I think you meant invite. Yes, absolutely. Man, we are caught up. Bebop has been out of his mind tonight, and you love to see it. How we looking, Hailstorm? How we looking, buddy? How we looking, Hailstorm?
It's gonna be a little bit. I had a crash happen on me.
You know what? Can we give a round of applause to Jay Hailstorm? Jay Hailstorm, working hard. Thank you, Hailstorm. All right, so we are on Kick. And again, shout out to Warren Smith for those gifted memberships over on Kick. We are on Rumble. Reignited Republic, I am thankful you're on our side. Good night. Thank you. And before that, Reignited Republic said, Jeremy, you are like a Sour Patch Kid. I'm back despite being mad at you. Why are you mad at me? What did I do? Thank you for the Rumble rants over there. Appreciate it. What did I do? Why are you mad at me, man? I need some info. I need to understand. All right. I am in the Snake Pit Discord as we speak. Let's see what's going on in the Snake Pit Discord. That's pretty creepy right there. That's pretty creepy right there. That is very accurate, though. Very accurate. I got to be careful strolling through here. The Snake Pit, man, they get pretty wild. So let's see what's going on here. You guys got videos you want me to react to? Holy crap. Look how busy. Ricky Berwick. I got to be careful, man. I don't know what you guys are posting in here. Several people typing. That's pretty much what it looks like the whole time CobraCast is going. Okay, let's check this out. Okay. I'll have to let me hang on. Let's see here. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's hear this. FBI agent breaks down Trump.
So what we're hearing is shuffling papers, which is not going to be the loudest sound in the room. We're hearing the most dominant voice is Trump. We're hearing it in the earpiece. It's not nearly as clear as when you hear it in stereo. But when you hear it in stereo, what you can tell is that the most dominant voice of all these things is Trump. So we have to know, did they boost it? We're hearing the papers are very, very prominent, which insinuates at least the possibility that the microphone is either pointed at or is closest to Donald Trump. So my questions are the following. Is it a Title III? Did they use what are wiretap statutes? This is a criminal investigation possibility. Is it a FISA that they're using? Did they exploit a microphone? Did they place a microphone? Are they using an existing microphone there? Or did somebody come in with what's called one-party consent? And he was in Bedminster, right? So that's in New Jersey. You can do that in Bedminster and in Texas as well.
Even on private property?
For sure, 100%. So one-party consent is the rule. And so that means that you could be wearing a recording device as long as the recording device captures a conversation that you are partied to as one of the parties. If I'm recording you, for example, I could do that because you don't have to know. I know, and we're both talking. But if I come and I put it in a conversation that I'm not part of, I leave it.
Meaning you're not talking.
I drop it on the, let's say I have a keychain, all right, or I have a credit card that has a recording in it, and I drop it on your desk, and I leave the room.
They have that credit card recorder?
Sure, yeah, or that size, right?
Speaking of this credit card, speaking of this wallet,
yeah,
he's like, what the hell? Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the best way to get those things done. You can put them in a pocket. You can put them into like a folder. You know, you might put it in a folder. It looks like a business card or something to that effect. So there's all kinds of different technologies, and you know they wire in cameras and different things. Like anything you've seen in a spy, a lot of these things you can buy commercially. They're not just for federal government use by any means. But let's say I were to drop that in on you and your producer, and then I walk out. Well, now I'm doing a zero-party consent because you didn't consent to be recorded, and neither did he. So nobody knows it's being consent. So in this case, it could be a legal one-party consent, but that means you have a human informant. So that's the question for me.
So how
human
about this
source
then?
or is it electronic?
So before we go back to the tape, because to me, as I'm listening to, you're right, the papers actually seem to be picking up the most clear sound. So could it be a situation where, let's say Trump has his phone on the desk like this, and he's just shuffling around?
100%.
And it's just like this, because when you hear it, I think you can tell there's the least amount of echo when Trump is talking.
Yes.
So that means it's at least pointed at Trump or the closest to Trump.
Agreed.
It seems like the sound is actually, it's picking up the paper sound louder than anything else, making me think it's sitting on a desk.
Yep. I don't know why that's relevant. I just know that these are the questions that I have. We talked about the idea of theater of the mind, and that's what I'm looking at. I close my eyes. I listen to the recording. What do I see when I'm hearing? All right. And this is old school radio stuff. That's the way I actually grew up. I grew up listening to overnight radio. So it's kind of funny that's part of the game. But you wonder, is it closest to those papers? Is that relevant at all? I don't know. And there are technologies that we can use, we being the federal government, to exploit telephones You
can just tap into my phone sitting on the desk. Like we can all imagine it.
Well, those are Israeli spyware technologies that exist, right? They're made by a company. It's a 3-letter acronym. It starts with N. Your producers can probably look it up. And they create 2 different technology suites. One of them is for non-US based phones. It's called Pegasus. It was a big break, and they talked about it in Wired magazine.
Was that Snowden that somebody
no, this
released?
is post Snowden, as far as I recall.
Was it WikiLeaks? Somebody leaked the whole Pegasus.
Well, here's the thing. I know Bongino covered it. I was on his show on Fox talking about it at one point, but it's old technology. It's been there since like 2014, 2015. So I think it's after Snowden, but it's an Israeli technology. But then here's the other thing. They created one for just domestic US based phones, and that's called Phantom. And so the government is good at this. You talk about why are they not showing this information? They're really big on the laser pointer theory. And the laser pointer is this. You ever seen a cat chase a laser pointer on the ground, right? You put the laser and the dot goes over there. Where's the dot coming from? It comes from your hand. But what's the cat attacking? The carpet. So it pounces on this dot. Then you move it over here. It pounces on the dot. It's never going to get the thing because the originating source is far away. Federal government's big on that sleight of hand type stuff. They love it's like, oh, like Pegasus. Oh, yeah, get outraged. End of the day, did you ever use Pegasus under oath? Director of the FBI. No, we never used that. Why? Because it doesn't actually work for US-based phones.
Jim Clapper, we never wittingly spy on the people.
Correct. It's all about word games. This is an attorney. This is a guy who says certain things very specifically.
Well, and as well, we're about to have a short break here. Is it also one of those instances where, because this is what they did to Trump originally,
It's
we're
NSO,
not.
and your folks brought it up. It's NSO is the name of the group. They're an Israeli spyware company. It's a cyber tool. It's a cyber warfare tool.
We're not spying on Donald Trump. It's Israel spying on Donald Trump, and then we just exchanged information with Israel.
Correct.
And that's how they get around all these different laws. 100%. So we're about to take another break. This is a short break. We'll be right back on the other side with Kyle Seraphin. We're breaking down.
As I've said, I don't know how Donald Trump at this point, after everything he's been through, I don't know how he's comfortable having any type of conversation with anyone. It has to be such a mental strain on him to just go through day-to-day life wondering who's trying to get me now, who's trying to take me down now. Every decision, every conversation, every interaction, he's got somebody going after him. They will do anything. It's sick. And I just don't understand it. I know Sophie said I missed her member message. Let me see. Sophie, I apologize. And I think you bought a plushie, by the way, Sophie. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Sophie. Let me go back and see if I can find. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Sophie says, Hail 199. I got them plushies. Also been asking, no one will tell me, why do you have fish on the hoodie now? Hail. That's a good question. All right. Sophie, are you still here? Sophie, yes. There's Sophie right there. Okay. So Sophie, so as far as the hoodie, Bebop. This is for you, Eric K. P.S. I beat Hayden. You did, but did you beat Arthur Brown? I think you did beat Arthur Brown too, actually. I think you beat Arthur Brown. Bebop is currently the champion of CobraCast. He's the current champion right now as it stands. Okay. So there you go. Bebop is definitely running away with it now. In terms of my hoodie, so this hoodie is a Columbia hoodie. This is a Columbia hoodie right there. So I've always liked these hoodies. I like this design. This is where I got the design that I use for the Geeks and Gamers hoodie that I wear a lot. So that's why. So this is the original hoodie that I bought. And so I like this design a lot. So that's why I came up with the Geeks and Gamers design based on this one. So that is why I have a lot of this hoodie. I bought so again, when I find stuff I like to wear, I buy a lot of it. So the Mario hoodie, I bought 6 of those. These Columbia hoodies, I bought a bunch of these. I have the white hoodies. I have the black hoodie for diversity, of course. And so of course I have a ton of the Geeks and Gamers one because that's our hoodie. So that's why. So that's the answer. And it's this one's very comfortable. I love this hoodie. So that's your answer right there. And it appears that Bebop is the champion of CobraCast tonight. Bebop. Arthur Brown dropped a $495 super chat though. And some gifted subs and some gifted memberships. But Bebop's been strong all night. So shout out to you, Bebop. Unless Alec Baldwin's finger is going to walk in here last second. That would be funny. That would be funny if Alec Baldwin's finger or Hayden dropped in at the last second and just ended it for Bebop. Bebop, we will get Sabaton tonight regardless for you, buddy. We will get Sabaton. All right. So Hailstorm is currently working on... Hey, that's pretty cool. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Look at this. This is over in the Discord. Look at that. That's pretty badass. All right. I like it. Got the snake pit right here. Snake pit right there. All right. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Okay. GG's on that one. GG's on that one. What else? I'm scrolling very carefully. Spam the chat. Spam the chat. I titled it fucking legend for a reason. Holy crap. How far back was this? So this is today. Okay. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? I'm being very careful right now. All right. What in the hell are you guys putting in there? Is Elon secretly Bebop? Maybe. Oh, that's my dogs. Look at that. Yeah, so that's Leia, and that's Puppy Face. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at that. Okay, so there's my dogs right there. That's good stuff. Look at young Jeremy there. Look at young Jeremy. So there's my babies right there. So that's good stuff. Who posted that? Lost Tales posted that. That's awesome. Put that on the favorites. I don't know what that means on Discord. So, but that's cool. Can't wait to see my babies this weekend. So, dang, young Jeremy looks fine. What about me? What about old Jeremy? What about old Jeremy? Old Jeremy's ugly, but young Jeremy's fine? The hell, man? Come on. Respect your elders. Young Jeremy is still old. Damn. Couldn't even get no respect. Couldn't even get no respect. Not old. Old Jeremy is Amish. Current Jeremy, where did it go? Current Jeremy is a nightmare to look at. Damn. The brutality. A little scruffy now. You gotta love a guy who won't take a bite of shit from anyone, but snuggles up to the teeny tiny dogs. Man, if you want to listen, if you like, I don't show emotions very much. It's just not in my nature. If I get emotional, which is kind of rare, I try I don't like for people to see me emotional. It's just not who I am. But it's also like, it doesn't happen to me that much. It does happen, but just not that much. I don't watch sad dog movies, bro. I am not equipped to handle a sad dog movie. I can't do it. I am not equipped. I am not mentally strong enough to handle sad dog movies. It's not who I am. I'm not built for that. I am not built for that level of interaction. I can't do it, man. I just can't. I become a little bitch. I become that fucking soy boy that was crying to the police officer about being labeled a racist when it comes to sad dog movies. Can't do it, man. So it's just like Homeward Bound is about that's about the most I could watch. And even that movie crushes me. Homeward Bound kicks my ass. In the end, when Shadow and Chance and Sassy come running back to the, oh my God, it crushes me, man. I fall apart. I'm like, I am just bitch mode Jeremy activated right then and there. Bitch mode Jeremy activated. Hi, Jeremy. I'm 19. I work, edit pictures, and love watching The Fellowship. I'm unclear about my future, but I am not sad about it either. So glad you and the rest of The Fellowship have been there when haven't been out much. Hey, well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that, man. Aren't you the one I highlighted about the whole James Cameron thing? If not, I apologize. It wasn't Adam. I can't remember if it was you or not, but thank you, man. Hey, your future is very bright. There's a lot of a lot of good things that are happening. Obviously, we can go one direction or the other, but I feel very, very confident that Trump will be back in office, and it will blaze a path forward for all hardworking individuals. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's just when it comes to sad animal movies, there's nothing I can do. I wanted to listen to this real quick since we got a few minutes. Hang on. I gotta find something. I I talked about this the other day um on the things that and sorry, I got this video playing. I talked about a video the other day with Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross about hard work and everything like that. And I thought it just made sense, man. It just made sense. So I'm trying to find the soundbite right now. All right, so right here, we'll just pick it up right here. And I know a lot of people have their opinions on Andrew Tate, whatever, man. I like the guy. Guy says a lot of cool ass shit. Listen to this.
On top of my head, but you're a human being. Everyone makes mistakes, bro. You made mistakes before. But look, listen. Let me tell you something real quick, bro. The point is this: I caught what I did, and I wanna really find a way to redeem myself. And what you just did, you just changed my perspective. It's not about taking the easy way out of things in life. It's so easy to.
It's all about being happy. You're a man. You're not supposed to be happy. This whole childish, giddish obsession with happiness is for children and females.
So you're not. So you're not happy?
It's not that I'm unhappy, and it's not that I am happy. I don't measure my level of happiness. It doesn't matter to me.
But I'm asking. So it doesn't matter that you're happy. So it doesn't matter to be happy, is what you're saying?
Absolutely not. If I am miserable, I have duties to complete. If I am very happy, I have duties to complete.
So what's
I
the
have
point?
to live the exact. I have to live the exact same life, regardless of how I feel. So. For me, happiness is not a good indicator on how life should be lived. You shouldn't wake up and say, how happy am I today? How does that affect how I act? That's not how I operate. I wake up and say, what must be done? What will allow me to be proud of myself? What will allow me to achieve? And those things will be done regardless of how I feel. And that's how the most successful people on earth all operate. The most successful people on earth don't only do things because they feel happy about doing them. In fact, I'd argue that most people who do amazing things don't feel happy about doing them at all.
I understand that,
if you're culturally obsessed with trying to make yourself happy, that's when you fall into addictions and garbage.
That's exactly. I was
change. So stop caring if you're happy. Nobody cares if you're happy.
So what do I go for? What do I go for?
The whole world doesn't give a fuck if men are happy or not. Nobody cares about men being happy. We talk about women being happy. We want children to be happy. If you look at a full-grown man on Christmas morning, he's smiling because his wife is smiling. He's smiling because his children are smiling. Nobody even buys him anything. What do they buy the dad? Socks? Nobody cares about men being happy. So why do you as a man care about you being happy? That's how you're going to fall into these traps. I'm a very content person. I live a fantastic life. I'm not miserable or depressed. I'm not sad ever. But I don't wake up and go, I want to be happy today. No, sir. I wake up and say, okay, things must be done. And those things will be completed regardless of how I feel. Regardless of how I feel. You can lock me in a dungeon for an unknown amount of time in Romania, and I will still complete as many push-ups as I can possibly do in the dark by myself. What else am I going to do? Sit there and be sad? Happy or sad? The push-ups must be done. It's called duty. It's called honor. It's called pride. If you had these things, you would never do dumb shit in the first place. So I'm asking you why you don't have them. You have a massive audience, Aiden, of children and people all around the world who look up to you and watch you every single day. You could be a genuine force for good in the world. And you're sitting here talking about fucking lean? Why?
It's stupid. I fucked up.
Imagine the shape you'd be in if you didn't quit.
I know.
Imagine
oh my God, I would look so good. I would look so fucking good. Oh my God.
Would you be proud of yourself?
Yes. Yes, if I didn't
so
stop.
You chose happiness
yes.
over pride. And that's why all these, and you know what's funny? The funniest thing, the most ironic thing about all of this is that if you don't prioritize happiness and you prioritize feeling proud of yourself, you end up happy by extension. I'm happy because I'm proud of myself because I have a fucking fantastic life and mansions and supercars and money, most famous man in the world, thousands of love letters a week from beautiful women, street credit in every single fucking city on earth. Of course I'm happy, but I didn't ever choose to try and be happy. If I would have chosen to try and be happy, I would have never ended up happy.
Listen, I want to say one thing. You're not wrong. You're not.
I 100% agree with that because, like, for me, like, I am proud of myself for what we've done with Geeks and Gamers. I'm proud of myself for, you know, having what we have. I'm proud of that. So by extension, that makes me happy because I'm proud of myself. But I've been happy in the past, but I wasn't proud. It's a really interesting dynamic how he breaks that down.
Wrong. You're not wrong. But listen, can I just say one thing? Please, one thing. Let me say one thing. You've been talking, and you're not wrong. Andrew, what you just said about men aren't supposed to be happy, and now you're supposed to be proud, and you're supposed to wake up proud and with dignity and honor and all that stuff. I completely understand that's changed my perspective on things. It really did. But my question to you is this. Not question, but my thing to you is this. Everybody deals with stuff differently. And I'm not blaming it or trying to bail myself out or using it as an excuse. I fucked up. I know I did. I want to redeem myself. I do. I want to get back to addicts. I want to help addicts around the world. I want to find people that are also, battling opioid addiction and basically help them out. I want to get back. I want to build a way to help other people and inspire people to stop as well. That's what I want to do. I want to make good in the world. I want to find a way to redeem myself, not just to redeem myself to help people, but I want to help people to help people. I do. I know I fucked up. Okay. I fell down. I fell down. I slipped, but I got up. It could have got a lot worse. And I want to find a way to redeem myself. I truly do, bro.
Well, if you're serious about anything you're saying, then I guess when we talk in a month's time, you're going to be in fantastic physical condition because you're going to train like an animal, right?
You're 100% correct.
And if you don't train like an animal, then everything you're saying out your mouth right now is just...
What did the kid do? He got hooked on drugs. He was working out, getting himself in really good shape, and then he got caught up on drugs and really got derailed and screwed up a lot of stuff going on.
Bullshit. You want to sound good on the internet.
If the next time we speak, if I'm not at least where I was before, then I have no hope. Then I'm full of shit and I have no hope. And by the way, I'm not putting all this pressure on me for no reason, bro. Trust me. I fell down. I fucked up with the league.
Pressure makes diamonds, my friend.
There we go.
Pressure makes diamonds. I train every single day. And it doesn't matter how I feel. So, in fact, I would actually argue that the number one way to deal with most of life's problems is always the same thing. You were saying that people deal with things in many different ways. That is true. But in my experience of life, there's only one way to deal with anything. It doesn't matter if you're heartbroken. It doesn't matter if you're sad. It doesn't matter if your bank balance is low. It doesn't matter if you lose a family member. It doesn't matter if whatever negative things can happen to you. It doesn't matter if you go to jail. It doesn't matter what it is. The answer to everything is always the same. Do you know what the answer is?
What is the answer?
Hard work. Work harder. The worse things are, the harder I will work. I'll give you an example. I'll say it right now here on stream. Jail changed me and I had some trouble in there. I never missed a single day's training. Since I've left jail, I can't sleep. I have nightmares. Damn. I've been training harder than I've ever trained. I put it all over Twitter. I'm doing 6-7 hour days. I could sit around and complain about being tired. I could sit around and be a bitch. I could sit around and cry. Or I could just work harder than I've ever worked. It's fantastic that I can't sleep. It's all the time I need. So I can train endlessly. So my point is the answer is always hard work. What else is my answer going to be? I'm struggling with something. I'm going to work less. Does that make sense to you? How's that going to fix anything? At least now, as I decipher the puzzle, because that's what life is, it's a puzzle. And as I decipher the lesson that's been bestowed upon me by God, and as I repair my mentality and become a more content individual or perhaps a more stable individual like I was before, at least in the meantime, I've done a whole bunch of work. At least I've gotten bigger, stronger, faster, richer. What else am I going to do? Sit around and mope like a dummy? The answer is always hard work. Anyone who's watching this, no matter what problem you're facing in your life, there's only one answer: work. Work harder. It's actually funny, and I've said this before, so I'm going to say it again. You can also take the antidote before the poison. If you're always working as hard as possible, it's actually very difficult for bad things to actually catch up with you. You can take the antidote before the poison. Most people don't even work very hard. You don't work hard. Not fucking at all. You don't do fucking nothing. You paid a bunch of money to sit around here and talk shit. But even the people at home, you think you work hard. You could work a lot harder. Hard work's always the answer, my friend. So I want to see you in a month, and I want you to be in fantastic physical condition. You can't be getting outperformed by an old man like me.
Fair
enough. When I was your age, I was an animal. Do you understand?
Funny enough, Tate keeps calling himself an animal and saying, you know, that Aiden Ross needs to become an animal. We just had someone on the professional video game circuit get banned for calling someone an animal because that person that was called an animal was a trans person. It's like, my God, where are we? Where are we? It's just nonsense. But yeah, I mean, I see past a lot of the bullshit with Andrew Tate, and I just listen to a lot of the core messaging. And again, I'm not like somebody who thrives off of I don't like manosphere people. I'm not a fan of those guys. With Tate, if you get past the bullshit, the points he's making are fucking on point. They're valid as hell. If you get past the bullshit, some people can't get past it. I can. And I've done that by doing the research myself and just seeing past it. So yeah. Someone was banned for, it was a Saudi Arabian streamer got banned for calling the opposing person on the team an animal, I guess. That's the nonsensical world that we live in. Did I mention Team Bebop? Team Bebop has crushed it tonight. That is a fact. Team Bebop bringing the dub home on Cobra Cast. Wait, Bebop, did you drop 50 more? Did Bebop drop 50 more? I didn't even see that one. Bebop! Did you drop 50 more? Oh my God. Shockingly enough, as good of a night as we've had, we haven't even reached 1,000 likes yet. We haven't even reached 1,000 likes yet. No sexy back end right now. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with a gifted D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. Myoclonic Jerk member message. Jeremy, 10-second video and snake pit of a kid with a brutal comeback. Let's see. A kid with a brutal comeback. Let's see. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. Myoclonic Jerks got something in the snake pit for us to react to. Here we go.
Your wiener's the size of a Tic Tac.
That's why your breast smells so good.
Hey, come here.
Oh my God. Is that... Okay, I wasn't...
Your wiener's the size of a Tic Tac.
That's why your breast smells so good.
Hey, come here.
One more time. I wasn't prepared for it the first time.
Your wiener's the size of a Tic Tac.
That's why your breast smells so good.
Bro, we've been dying at that one for a minute in Discord. Holy shit. That's so good. That was so good. Holy crap. NASCAR Jeremy says, man up, Jeremy. What's up, NASCAR Jeremy? Batgoat says, did I mention Team Bebop? Rising underdog. This talk from Tate is exactly what I needed. Let's all do push-ups before bed. Hail the 199. 2 weeks till Tom Cruise rules the big screen again. Hell yes. Bob R says, guess no Obama clip. Is it in Discord? You gotta, it's hard for me to siphon through all of this. There's so much. There's so much to go through. I'm scrolling through. And then I think Keck Lord said, no hubris. Yes, I have hubris, of course. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm scrolling. Jed, Hailstorm, if you guys can help me look through there in the snake pit and see if we can find this Obama clip. I am looking right now. Gosh, you guys are I love how much you guys are posting. Some of the stuff I can't even share. All right, I got to show this one really quick because it's good. Damn it, where'd it go? I like this. I like this one real quick. Share a screen. Grab life by the pussy. Oh man. Gave you the address. Is it in Discord? That's the best way for me to get it. It's in Discord. I'm looking. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Yes, he did upload it now. Okay. Guys, see if you can find that clip that he's talking about. Meanwhile, we're going to show you. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Lost Tales Obama Discord link. Okay. Oh, Judge Joe Brown. Is this it? Okay, let's see here. I don't know what we're about to watch. We're watching this in real time. I haven't even screened it. Here we go.
Didn't put this up. They didn't have anything to do with this.
Well,
I heard them planning.
The Obama administration did.
Well, that's it. Obama, what did he do for the black race? Nothing. Question you might ask: who's the richest man to ever be U.S. president? It's not Trump.
No.
It's Barack Obama. You know how? His adopted father, Lolo Soetoro, was one of the 10, 15 richest men on earth. And when he died, he left a trust fund in Indonesia with 3 equal beneficiaries. Barack Obama, then known as Barry Soetoro because he was adopted, and his 2 siblings. So he has a whole false claim about what his background is. But when he got in the White House, he'd been working for a law firm that represented his daddy. He got lauded by Goldman Sachs, who financed most of his daddy's American investments. He protected British Petroleum when they had the blowout in the Gulf, because guess what? His trust fund had heavy investments in BP. So we get through this whole mantra, and even affordable care, Obamacare. You know who drafted it? Senior Tennessee Republican Senator Dr. Bill Frist, when he was Republican Senate Majority Leader. Why? His family founded Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and most of the HMOs. His family's making a killing. So he retired from the Senate in 2010 when the Obama administration got passed his drafted act from 2003. It's his game. And I don't have any problem with Trump either. I'm looking at lowest black unemployment rate since Lyndon Baines Johnson, more money to historically black colleges and universities at any time since Lyndon Baines Johnson. I mean, more Americans back to work. You know, like, what did you get for the last 3? Oh, and then this. You know that joke that they do about George W. Bush feeding Michelle candy? The inside thing on that is it's the same candy he fed her husband when he was 6, 7 years old. See, the Soetoros and the Bushes go back 40-some years.
Woo! Judge Joe Brown. This is the one Bob. Is this the one Bob was talking about? So look that one up. Hailstorm and Jed, look that one up. That's the one that Bob R was talking about. All right. Jeremy is an excellent dude. Well, thank you, comment creator. I appreciate that. That's very, very nice of you. Really appreciate that. While you guys are looking that up, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, CobraCast 199 is proud to present to you tonight's Beard of Shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
Hi, Sean. Thanks for having me on your show after Gavin Newsom. I don't know if I can top that, but I just wanted to say, Orange Man bad. Wah, wah, wah. Boo hoo hoo. Trump had mean tweets. They made me so sad that I had to go to the doctor where I was diagnosed with severe TDS derangement syndrome.
I'm so sorry to hear about your TDS diagnosis, Anna. I hear it's terminal. Moving on to other news, our beards look great. I want to thank CobraCast and the 199 for nominating us both for tonight's Beard of Shame. I also want to thank Gavin Newsom for coming on my show. He's such a great guy. I'd love to share a Bud Light with him someday.
Holy shit, Hailstorm. Holy shit. Hailstorm. You outdid yourself tonight.
It was so much better till it crashed, and I had to rush it.
Holy crap. All right. That was good. One more time, Hailstorm. One more time.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
Hi, Sean. Thanks for having me on your show after Gavin Newsom. I don't know if I can top that, but I just wanted to say, Orange Man bad. Wah, wah, wah. Boo hoo hoo. Trump had mean tweets. They made me so sad that I had to go to the doctor where I was diagnosed with severe TDS derangement syndrome.
I'm so sorry to hear about your TDS diagnosis, Anna. I hear it's terminal. Moving on to other news, our beards look great. I want to thank CobraCast and the 199 for nominating us both for tonight's Beard of Shame. I also want to thank Gavin Newsom for coming on my show. He's such a great guy. I'd love to share a Bud Light with him someday.
That is really good, Hailstorm. That is really good. Shout out to Jay Hailstorm. Chat. Hailstorm. Good job, buddy. All right, you find this clip that this guy that Bob's wanting us to react to?
What was the name again?
Super chat came in. The YouTube channel is Music for All People. Music #4 All People. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up too. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom.
Channel or what specific video?
Obama. I got it.
Right.
I got it. Okay, here we go. I got it. All right. Here we go.
Distinguished guests, and men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah, Michael, and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you have performed extraordinary service to our country.
Oh, that's funny. That's good stuff. Yep. He's Big Mike in the house. All right. So I don't think we're gonna reach 1,000 likes tonight, but you know what we have reached? There's no way I cannot. Can we? Come on. I mean, we're at 913. Are we gonna hit 1,000 likes? I think we can hit 1,000 likes. Come on. There's still 1,100 people here. You guys want to see the sexy back end. I mean, look at Bebop has brought it tonight, okay? We need to celebrate Bebop's victory here, all right? And it is a pretty sexy back end. Plus, we're going to get them Sabaton to end it. So, you know, Bebop has won the night. Bebop has won the night. So we need to celebrate Bebop's victory in the right way by smashing the melee button and getting to see that sexy, sexy, sexy back end. That sexy back end that Bebop has made happen tonight. Bebop and many others. Arthur Brown dropped a $495 super chat. Bunch of gifted memberships from everybody. Bebop wins, though. Bebop crushing it. Bat Goat says Hailstorm is a legend. Buy him a beer. Eric K says Hailstorm outdid himself tonight. Fantastic Mission Knots. My goodness, I'm in stitches. Jay Hailstorm. Or hey, Jay Hailstorm. Bebop says Hailstorm. Ha 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 ha. And now we are there, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the final leg Again, I want to say thank you to there's JM the Elite Fan. My take on Tate is that he embodies the right idea, wrong execution. He's right, pushing hard work, but what does mansion, sports cars, and fast women mean? Let's see, if it's evanescent and materialistic existence. Yeah, I mean, there's you can definitely poke holes in a lot of the stuff he's saying, no doubt about that. But ultimately, it's about the message. It's about the message. So thank you, JM the Elite Fan. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of our supporters over on Rumble. I appreciate all of our supporters on Kick. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for following D-Day Cobra on Kick. More gaming content to come, but the gaming content will be over here as well. Not tonight. I got Geeks and Gamers Daily in the morning, so got to get ready for that. But it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the most anticipated moment in all of the internet, and that would be the sexy back end right there. Look at that sexy back end. $1,300 in super chats and 214 new members. 214 new members. Bebop making it happen. Tensote says, I remember when Joan Rivers called Big Mike transgender in 2014. A few weeks later, she went bye-bye. That's pretty sus. Definitely is. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another one in the books. And again, my most humble appreciations for all of you. I know there's probably a lot of people that look at what we do here and they go, God, this guy just gets all this money. And it's like, I am thankful for every bit of it. And the support here on D-Day Cobra allows me we're basically at a point now where I am able to put 100% of all revenue from Geeks and Gamers back into Geeks and Gamers. I take nothing from Geeks and Gamers now. And so it all goes to fund the business. And that's a place I've wanted to get to for a while. And now I can actually take some of D-Day Cobra and continue funding, because Geeks and Gamers is not just a YouTube channel. It's not just a website. It's something we're trying to make an impact and trying to build something. There are things I can't, actively talk about with some of the things that we're working on and some of the things that we're building, though. Relationships that we've established and conversations that have happened. And the only reason that is possible is because of the support we get from all of you. So I really do appreciate it. It is amazing. I know. Give us the 199 snake pit, but bandana, you motherfucker. I appreciate I love the passion. Yes. A full-fledged merch situation is in the works, meaning everything you wanted. Working on that as we speak. So thank you so much. I like how you motherfucker. You motherfucker. So thank you, Gabe, and thank you to everybody for all the support. So you guys are the best. It's amazing. And I'm humbled every single time. Every single time we do this. I'm still at a place where I wonder, like, is this gonna stop? Is this gonna how lucky am I? How lucky am I? And it never ever ceases to amaze me. So thank you guys so much for making this show what it is. Again, this show started out as just a meme on Tim Pool, and look where we are now. And it's all because of you. Shockingly enough, I know people probably don't think that I hurt for confidence, but that is not that could be further from the truth. For a longest time, this channel was here, and this channel's always done really well, but it's kind of went through ups and downs in terms of me uploading and finding the true personality of this channel, because we focus so much on Geeks and Gamers and all the other stuff we have going on. But I probably should have been doing something like CobraCast for the last few years. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. And I know that sounds complicated. I mean, it sounds stupid because it's just like, well, just go live and talk is what you do. And that is a simple answer, but it's just something I didn't do because I was letting my own head get in my way, basically, of like, I don't know if you can do it, or do people want to hear what you have to say? And so when we started the CobraCast thing, it was just a one-off. And then you guys, the enthusiasm and everything was like, I think we could do this like consistently. And I know we're working towards trying to get maybe a 5 days a week CobraCast. So thank you guys. Really fucking appreciate it. And I know I keep saying that, but I really, really do. I'm looking forward to spending a little bit of time with my family and my dogs this weekend. Puppy Face, he's a fighter. He's like 10 years old now. And I can't wait to hang out with him. So I really appreciate it. No gaming tonight. I got Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow. And I'll be there live tomorrow. And guess what? I am joined by the one. And this is the first time I've announced this. Okay. Haven't announced this. We are joined tomorrow on Daily by Josiah Rises. That's right. Josiah Rises will be on Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow with me, and it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait. My boy Josiah. So that's going to be awesome. So Jessica says, where is it at? My parents have a Chihuahua. It's 13. Hell yes. Hell yes. Chihuahuas are cool, man. I was always against little dogs. I've always had bigger dogs. I had a wolf husky mix a long time ago. Great. He's such a fantastic dog. And, but he, you know, like I was always like, I liked bigger dogs. So I always kind of like, was like, little dogs are stupid. And then I ended up with one by chance and fell in love with him. And that was Puppy Face. And then we got Leia. And Leia's the best thing ever. She's the sweetest dog ever. Craziest dog ever. But anyway, thank you guys. I'm going to leave you with some Sabaton. Batgoat says, dance for a snake, boy. I'm going to show you some Sabaton right now as we end the night. So you guys have a good night. Appreciate you so much. Talk to you tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers Daily. 199 out. And that is a good night for all of you. Shout out to my boy Warren Smith. I see you over there on the kick side. And Warren crushed it as always. So many of you did. I never want to leave anybody out. When I start naming names, I'm always going to leave somebody out. But I love you, Warren. Appreciate you, buddy. And I'm glad you are with us every single day. So thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. And I appreciate it. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow for Geeks and Gamers Daily. And then maybe some video games tomorrow. We'll see what happens. You know how it is. But 199 out. Have a good night. And we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.